It has been reported that Phillip Danault turned down a 6-year, $30 million contract for the Montreal Canadiens. Do you think his days in Montreal are over after this year?
Well, I would have to say that I wouldn't be surprised if Phillip Danault's time with the Montreal Canadiens comes to an end. It just seems like him and Marc Bergevin aren't necessarily on the same page. And maybe Phillip Danault wants to see what else is out there. He's not necessarily feeling like he's feeling treated the way that he's looking for. Again, he's never confirmed this report from it, so we don't necessarily know his side of it. But if that's the case, it's not really an indication that Phillip Danault is looking long-term of being a member of the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah, I believe it's true. Just the guys who reported, J.F. Chamon from the Journal and Mathias Brunet from La Presse, are respected guys. You wonder if maybe it was leaked to them by the Canadiens, because if there was a thought that Danault might be traded, it's sort of the blowback from it would be less, with fans knowing that he had turned down that kind of an offer. I think that with Danault, after last season and the playoff, he made it clear that he wasn't really happy about being bumped down to like a third-line center. And I think he probably wanted to see what his role will be this season. The fact that Thomas Tatar and Brendan Gallagher are back definitely helps. He's still getting a lot of ice time. I think he wanted to let things play out. Is his time over? The thing I wonder is Marc Bergevin has a history of taking things personally when it gets to contract negotiations. The original offer he made for Andrei Markov, I know that Markov came back and said he would take the original offer. Bergevin changed the original offer. He was sort of, I guess, insulted that Markov didn't take the first one. And I wonder if it might end up being a similar situation with Phillip Danault moving forward. So it's hard to tell, but at this point, if I had to bet, I guess I'd say that Danault will be somewhere else next season. I think that'll be a blow to the Canadiens. I think some Canadiens fans maybe don't appreciate everything this guy brings to the game. Nathan McKinnon was on a podcast recently raving about Phillip Danault, saying he's probably hoping that he wins a Selke Trophy one year. So hopefully it doesn't get personal in the negotiations between Danault's agent and Bergevin, but time will tell. But I can sort of understand why he would have turned it down at that point, and I wonder if the Canadiens were to make him the same offer now, if he would take it.
And, I don't know what it's going to take to satisfy him and his agent. I mean, his best year were 13 goals. So, when you look at the big picture and you look around the league at $5 million a year, and that's not going to cut it for him, I don't know. It really makes me wonder what it's going to take. And let's face it, Bergevin knows what the salary structure is throughout the league, what certain players are paid with that caliber of play. And, he has to stick by it. And then he has salary restrictions also that come into play. So there's a lot of things that are involved here. But, the bottom line is, how much money does this guy want? And is it justified in what he's asking? And if it's not justified, then my opinion is you move him along, because there's no point in wasting time with a guy that's not going to be happy, knowing that he's not going to get his contract that he wants. And we've seen it in the past, and you address it and you move on. That's life in the business.
Yeah, at this point, I don't think it's all about money for Danault. I think it's about wanting to know what his role is going to be moving forward. I mean, I think that's a fair offer, what Marc Bergevin made to him, if that was indeed the numbers. I think it's more about the role he wants to play. And if it doesn't work out with the Canadiens, there's a lot of other teams in the NHL that would want Phillip Danault.
So I guess his role, looking at his role, sorry, Julian, it would be a great two-way player shutdown type of guy, because, like I said, in 345 games played, 178 points in total, it's not what you call a super explosive offensive guy. So, how much does it cost for a good two-way forward? What's the price tag for a guy like that? And time will tell, obviously.
Well, we'll have to see. Visit hockeyinsideout.com to check our full episode.